Good morning, guys. So, I'm back again with more because these things just keep coming, and I know it's for you as well as me. So, if you were watching, you know that I have just reached a new level, had this breakthrough, finally, tangibly, really stepped in to a flow state, to a realization of what I am and that blissful, euphoric, higher frequency state that we're all reaching for, right? Yet, the way things are is there is still like this ping pong into all of these different, these different resonances, these different frequencies where, I keep looking at the external world and getting distracted by something that I think I should do or should know or should be able to do. Like for me specifically, I feel like I'm still waiting around for some kind of spiritual achievement. That like I should have more psychic abilities or I should be able to heal and help people more, which is really what I want. It's what I think I feel I want. And it's been like that for a long time because, I've had this calling within me to help people on this journey. Like I figured out, had an awakening to what the world was and figured out what is happening. And all I want to do is be part of the change. And I'm just searching for that and wanting it. And so here I go, reaching this higher frequency where I'm totally in the flow and I am just like lit up, and go and start ping-ponging about like, okay, well, what about out here that I don't see? And so that's what was realizing that's what was happening to me brought me back to a post I made a few weeks ago when I was talking about how things are really, really polarized in our world right now, whether it's showing up physically or not, or whether it's internal, in that you can feel really, really good right now about your life and about who you are. Like you have a resonance that you can connect to right now, doing whatever it is that causes that, meditating, meditating is a lot of what I do. Or just being in nature, doing something you're passionate about, whatever it is that brings you to that place where you are just in alignment with yourself. You have that option all the time. But then also there's this like totally different polarity where you can be miserable and fearful. It's like everything out here right now is just that reflection of what it is that you need to cleanse and clear out of your body somehow. So you have to feel whatever it is that this external physical world is triggering in you. You have to feel it and let it out. But I guess sort of you get to choose. Maybe you don't have to feel it. You just have to like witness it and then choose the opposite so that you can stay in alignment with yourself anyway. And some of those things are so big that they challenge you so much. Like I had a lot of fear come up a few weeks ago when I was going through stuff in my life. It was like this lake has been healing me and bringing me into like absolute alignment and bliss. But the opposite polarity of that was that I was afraid that my kids were going to drown and die in it. Like, do you see how different those two things are? And we have the choice. It was like I came to the realization that like I have a choice what frequency I'm going to resonate with. And that's the case in the world right now. That's why everything is happening the way it's happening right now, is that you get to choose whether you're going to be in alignment with yourself and your bliss and your power and create the next level and be part of the next level for humanity. Or are you afraid that you're going to die? Because either one can be true for you, depending on what you choose. Okay, it really comes down to that in everything. In everybody's life, the chaos that I see coming up with people that I talk to, it's that. It's choose right now. It feels like you're dying. You just like have to open your eyes and realize that you're not. And that it's an opportunity for you to choose to resonate with yourself instead of the reflection that you're seeing. And just realize that that's just an opportunity for you to get past something and to see it happening and not choose it anymore and keep staying right here in that resonating place within yourself where it's like, this is what's real. This is what you know you're worthy of. This is what you're creating and feeling and knowing. This is what's real. And you can't, like, I'm pointing here because it's like coming from your soul and your heart. It's not coming from your mind and your eyes. Your eyes are seeing things that are not real. They're seeing the illusion. And it's, you know, you can become a master of that by like using it to your benefit to understand what it is you're still creating or what it is you still need to cleanse out of yourself. I mean, like, I don't know. I have no idea. You can use that, but like in a way, they're starting to be so distant. It's like what you're creating within you is starting to be very, very different from what you are seeing in the physical world. And so different that like you have no choice but to choose. No choice. Like you have to choose. There's no gray area between what you're seeing and afraid of and like what's coming up and out in the physical world and then what you just know. And I really do think we have to follow the feeling of resonance and alignment within ourselves. Whatever you call it, you know, when it's like a key that fits perfectly into a lock and you're just like, yes, that's what you have to follow, that feeling. I see it in everyone around me. You know, you could be doing anything. Chances are you're doing nothing when that feeling comes up. But then like everything out here and everything you think and the way people act around you, like it's all a reflection and an opportunity to see and choose and let things go and detach from things, you know, that doesn't feel right. Even things you think you're supposed to be able to do, like in my case, what you should be supposed to be doing or what would be the right thing. It's like, that's the old way. That's the old world. That is not clicking with you anymore. It doesn't feel right and it's not working. So just ignore it. And just all you need to do is try to stay in that resonating state within yourself and just be there. And don't get distracted by the crazy, scary thoughts. Like let them come and go, let them go, let them go, let them go. Let the things that you see outside that you're like, ugh, no, not that. Then just let that go. Like I am actually saying to ignore it. Nothing needs to get done. You don't need to talk to anybody. You don't need to ask questions. You don't need to go do whatever, worry about whatever just broke or what. Nothing, it's not going to happen. It's fine. Like just, that's the way I talk to myself. I'm just like, ooh, you know, that's happened to Jordan at work. Like he got a patient, for instance, that was like on a medication that's really risky that in the past would have been, in his past hospital would have been in the ICU. And here, like they just knew the patient was really resistant to the medication and that it would be fine. And like, he had to watch that patient. And there was like that impulse, like, ooh, I could freak out about this and be super scared because I'm not really trained in this yet. I don't have a lot of experience with this. I know this is extremely risky. This wouldn't normally be on my floor, like all the thoughts that came to his head. But he said he just felt like detached from like needing to freak out. And he was just like, well, I guess this is what I'm doing. And that is the way I think we need to handle our physical life. When something bad or emotionally triggering or scary, whatever it is, difficult comes up in our lives, those things are things that are like opportunities for us to choose right now to be like, ooh, I could be really freaked out right now, but I just can't because this opposite polarity is way too good. Choose the opposite polarity. Choose what you know already is true for you, what you're feeling, what's happening to you, the transformation that's happening to you. That's all that's real. And that's like your true sight. What you're seeing with your physical eyes is not real. It's like very tempting to look with your senses, with your five senses at the world, because it's just like, you know, it's like a drug, you know, ooh, I want to do this. It feels so good. Or, ooh, I want to, you know, do that. That's what I'm used to. These are my patterns. This is what has always worked. This is what I see has worked for other people. This is what I want. But like all of that, it's like you need to move within and start choosing from an energetic standpoint of something higher than what you've seen in the past, or what feels good in the moment, or what feels bad in the moment, and realize that you're like in a simulation and all that is just like some information. All the physical manifestations of whatever it is happening around you is like just some information for you to decode and look at. But what you're really, really doing is creating your entire world from within you, from how you feel. And knowing that what you're feeling, manifesting and coming up inside of you is the real point of focus. That's your real home. That's your real sight. And everything else is an illusion. So that's where I'm at today. I'll see you tomorrow, probably. Love you guys.